This is Lifeline 3, my mini blog about getting real in 2020. Title of this one is It Had to Get This Bad to Get This Good. We have the incredible potential now to do some serious rebalancing on this whole world. Everybody in the world right now is of the same mind, at least in terms of fear. We're operating from a lot of fear, and it's causing us to be very divided. So there is a great gift going on right now from nature to give us a break and to give us time to kind of rethink and to re-examine what we're doing. First of all, we need to stop blaming politicians or blaming anybody except ourselves. We need to accept our role in this. Each of us has our own consciousness, and we need to align our individual consciousness with a collective consciousness to get things back in track, to get things back in harmony with nature, not working against nature, opposing nature, or even abusing nature. We keep wanting to say that, oh, it's not fair, the politicians or the governments are doing this and that. But we are the ones that are doing in our daily lives the things that have been harming the planet. We've become very divided as a society and as the human race. Very divided. Not just in America, around the world. There's been so many different governments claiming that they're going to straighten things out, but we can't depend on the government. The best government is in our own consciousness. We, the people, need to start seeing ourselves as a force of nature. We need to align with nature. And we do need to hold our leaders accountable. They are just acting from a place of fear, and fear of losing control, fear of losing power. They need to realize that the real power is coming back into alignment with nature, not taking advantage of it. It's very tragic, the amount of people that are leaving the planet, and we need to honor those that have died and those that are dying by holding ourselves accountable and holding our leaders accountable, and not just sitting back and thinking, oh, it's all going to pass. It will pass, but it needs to pass with some great learning taking place. We need to change a lot of things in our daily habits, in our daily thinking. That's why everything is stopped, so we don't have any recourse. There's no more of the giant distractions to keep us from really looking at what we're doing and to be conscious of our effect on the planet. There's that old saying about keeping those that you disagree with close by so that you know what they're thinking, so that you're not caught off guard. We can't just kind of drift off into a little lethargy of, oh, now I don't have to go to work. I can just go online and have fun. So we need to take back our power of having group consciousness. We need to have our minds aligned in one direction to really see what's going on. And this doesn't require a lot of intellect. If you look at the way birds fly in formation, or thousands of fish take left and right turns instantaneously, how do they do that? There's a lot of science gone in to try to figure that out. And really what they've discovered is that there's a consciousness connecting these creatures that is beyond any kind of direct communication. It's a link of their very being. It's not like one of the fish is shouting out to the other fish to follow me. There's a link that's much more profound than just any kind of communication that we're aware of. Science knows that there's a vast communication network throughout nature that is so much more profound than our technology, our human technology of communication. So it doesn't depend on phones or computers. It depends on our intention. Intention is everything, because if we can align our intention, then that's the most powerful thing on the planet. There's a lot of things that happen technologically speaking that only scare people off and make them want to retreat further and further into kind of a dull bliss. But these things are keeping us from seeing what's really happening. We need to look behind the curtain and see what's really happening. The trick is to align our intentions with natural law intentions, not human law. We can never keep up with all the human laws. Even the lawyers don't know how to interpret. There's so many laws out there. There's something more fundamental operating. There's this human consciousness that allows nature to evolve, and as we evolve, nature evolves. So it's a very codependent situation in a healthy way if we're really aligned with nature. This world crisis is an incredible opportunity for each of us to look at our true intentions and to see if we're aligned with what's going on in the big picture. We need to figure out if our intentions are supporting our delicate ecosystem or if we're working against it, if we're taking advantage of it, thinking, oh, well, my little footprint doesn't matter. The government's going to take care of that stuff. The government's got everything under control. Maybe they want us to think they've got under control, but they don't. And they're just as worried as anybody else is, but they're pretending like they've got it all handled. If our leaders are acting like loose cannons right now, it's because they don't really know any better. It's not that they have ill intent. I mean, maybe some do. Maybe some are so eager for power that they just can't let go and they can't let nature come back into where it should be in balance. But we as a people need to align. We as a people need to begin to look at each other's intentions and be aware of how we are affecting each other directly through consciousness. The virus came from an imbalance in nature, and only we can correct that imbalance.